Hey guys, welcome to the video for Season 39, War 12 versus REVOD. The bans for this war are Falcon, Ghost, and Tigra. I will be joining in with a team of Havok, Nick Fury, and Omega Sentinel. Got a pretty packed war this time. We're starting out Path 2 in Section 1, then going back for Nick Fury for the 100th time this season, then taking the Havok on 24, going over to Path 1 in Section 2, and then on minis, I have the SpiderHam and the Invisible Woman fight that I was absolutely dreading. Starting out here with this ManThing, both these fights in Section 2 will be with Omega Sentinel. I'm going to be using the heal block pre-fight for both of them. Also going with an invulnerability boost because there's a ton of buffs coming from this node, and ManThing's going to put more buffs on me, so I expect him to throw at least one special 3. So here, if you don't have a buff-heavy champion, you want to wait till you get your first placebo to parry, otherwise you have to deal with a pretty massive limber. But once you get a buff on you, it doesn't really matter. Other than that, you're really just watching out for how many buffs you have on you that are expiring, and yeah, there's seemingly always one expiring. But here, yeah, I'm just going for the SP2 with Omega Sentinel to get up the incinerates, trying to pause them, and baiting out as many specials as we can. But we have the invulnerability boost, and yeah, I didn't even see him get 3 bars of power, but he threw it that instantaneously. Must be nice to have that kind of ability, but throw another SP2 to get more incinerates up, and yeah, he's just gonna go away. And then next up, we've got a Sauron. He does not benefit from any of the nodes here, so that was really just try to split up this path, make you bring 2 different attackers. But yeah, Omega Sentinel can do both of these fights. Going with the heal block here because Sauron has a pretty hefty regen based off your hits. And here, you're pretty much just watching out for his prowess. Once he gets 7, he can go unblockable. And he'll do that on his mediums or his specials. If you just trap him in the corner, he can only do lights. Then, yeah, you don't have to worry about it. And then, on his specials, he removes all of his prowess charges, so no need to worry about those anymore. But with Omega Sentinels, you do want them to have multiple prowess, so you get extra incinerates through her signature ability. Although I guess against mutant it's plasmas, but yeah, 1 SP2 and he is down. And then next up we have Havok versus Nick Fury on node 23 for 3rd or 4th time. But yeah, pretty much the same fight here. Push to SP2, keep your cleanse charges, watch bubble shield. And then here, I think I go with the same strategy I did last time where I don't throw anything besides the 1 SP1 and then the SP3 to finish him off. Just letting the plasmas and the feedback do the majority of the damage. Yeah, you can see them already starting to build up. And yeah, getting the feedback on him now. Doing a nice amount of damage. And as we get more plasmas on him, it'll continue to do more damage. And now we gotta watch out for bubble shield. There was the unblockable hit. now just trying to take out the first life. And, you know, if anything happens, I do have the safety net of my special 3, but due to how low hit and health he is, I'd rather save it until it's real Nick Fury and he can just finish the fight. And then here, trying to push him to 2 bars of power so he doesn't throw the special 1 into my block. And then, yeah. And just trying to keep up the attacker tactic to take care of any roots that pop up. And yeah, now we just need to let him drain and throw the special 3 and he is done. And then next up we have Omega Sentinel versus Havok over here on 24. Omega Sentinel's probably the #1 counter for this fight, just because she has the easy access to armor, she's nullify immune, so he'll never go unblockable. I do put in an invuln boost just in case he gets stingy and doesn't throw it. The one thing you have to watch out for in this matchup is if you get the plasmas on Havok and you end up auto-blocking, you're more than likely going to die just due to the plasma detonations unless you get your armors back up as quick as possible. Because once I throw my SP2 in this fight, you'll see how fast those plasmas would be detonating. They're getting up the 3rd heal block to go along with all his prowess. Gives him 9 plasmas. Yeah, and you can just see, all the detonations that would happen on Omega Sentinel if you didn't have the armors. But yeah, Havok goes down without much of a worry. And then next up we are going to use Havok again to fight Korg on node 30. This fight, the worry is dashing back too many times, allowing him to have regen and go unblockable. But I mean, with Havok's big SP3, it's not a huge concern, especially since I am running the power back boosts here. But yeah, just trying to get his shield down, trying to get an intercept to remove 2 rock stacks at the same time, but he doesn't go for it. And then go the SP1 to get up the plasmas. I do block his SP1 because it's energy, and that's just going to supercharge Havok up. And then, yeah, now he's purifying some of the plasmas and getting more rock stacks back. And he does get a regen there, but yeah. The feedback here is pretty much just going to overpower that. And then we're building up to our special 3. Want to take down his rock stack so he doesn't cap the damage. Bait out the special here just in case something weird happens, and yeah, I guess I went for another prowess there just to make sure. Do I go for no? Okay. But yeah, this is overkill here. And then next up, we have Nick Fury versus Antivenom. I believe I took this fight on node 30 earlier this season, and it went pretty well. wanted to push Antivenom to his SP2 more because I ended up dashing back a lot, but on here it's buffet. So anytime I trigger Dex, it's going to go off. I was thinking about using my invulnerability boost here and just pushing him to an SP3, never banning a special, but I wasn't sure which boost I was going to use for the boss at this point. So I just played it safe and went with the combat regen. And then, yeah, at the start you want to do a heavy to get rid of the Clintar debuff on you so he doesn't constantly trigger regen. And here I'm hoping he's just gonna throw his special, but it's not happening, so I trigger buffet. I'm still not throwing it. Now we're gonna trigger buffet. I guess the glancing got rid of buffet. That's weird. And then yeah, now I had the Clintar buff up when I threw the SP1. Everything wasn't a crit. So now he's unblockable. Buffet's being triggered, and I'm back in the corner. So, you know, basically starting the fight over again. Have a lucky heavy timing there just to get the debuff off of us. Trigger buffet once again. Luckily, most of those hits crit, so he doesn't go unblockable. Block that SP2 so we don't trigger buffet. Lucky heavy there to get rid of the Clintar. Lucky that we didn't trigger Dex there once again. And the bleeds are finally taking him out, and I don't attack there for some reason. I guess I wanted to restart the fight over once more, but we get him down just before the Clintar debuff comes back on us. So yeah, fight dragged on way too long. Definitely would have done an invuln, knowing that I would have gone for a PS1 on the boss. But yeah, here we have Nick Fury versus SpiderHam. I've already done this fight at least once this season. It went pretty smooth. We do have a guidance here, so we're able to parry without worrying about limber. Just have to worry about hard knock life and the disorient. But yeah, plan here is just going to be bleed him out, counter his special one with a heavy to get rid of all the glancing. Now this is a pretty straightforward fight. I think I ended up getting a porker popper on me a few times. There I got one. But I'm not too worried about it as long as we keep it to a minimal amount. It's just a few potions that are going to have to go into Nick to heal up for the boss. Yep, there's a second popper on us. He's going down pretty fast. Nothing really to worry about here. As long as they're able to counter his special one with that heavy. And that's going to do it for SpiderHam. Yeah, and then this Invisible Woman boss, I was absolutely dreading this the entire time. I'm leaving in my boosting here so you can see how hard I was boosted. The pre-fight guidance that was placed here was a Cosmic Herald seed from B. Manny. I appreciate his seed, but sadly Nick Fury cannot accept it. But the worry here is that with the steady build-up unblockable node, every hit into Invisible Woman's shield is going to place an exhaustion debuff on me. So I'm just going to be glancing, and she's going to be unblockable the entire time her shield is up. And all these, first light bleeds that Nick Fury does, they're just healing her back up to 100%. Like, I'm just trying to take down the shield as fast as possible, but I'm not doing any damage. I'm comboing into my special ones, so I'm not even getting the tactical charges, so when she goes invisible after her shield comes down, I'm not even going to be able to attack into her. Well, luckily, her invisibility triggered on that knockdown, so we're able to go in here, but eat that hit, which takes the majority of my life. Well, yeah, now we're finally able to get in an attack and deal some damage. It's only been a minute into the fight. And now her shield's back up, and we did a whole 14%. Luckily, this shield is dropping a lot faster. We do have the tactical charges to counter her invisibility. But we didn't get any of that one because we comboed into it while we had debuffs on us. Now we got the unsteady up, so we're not able to get in a light bleed here, so we have to back off. And then, yeah, that's 2 minutes into the fight. 27% off of her. I have to make a decision real quick here. I need to pop the LMD. I need to go to real Nick. I have to be able to do damage. So I'm just trying to bait off this special so I can take it into the face. And now I can finally do damage with my Fury. She's out of her shield. And yeah, that bleed's doing almost 6,000 a tick. But yeah, we were glancing there, so we had to back off. Otherwise it still wouldn't land. And now with that SB1, we're blockable the entire fight unless we get hit. Which she does. I honestly thought that was going to kill me. But yeah, that SP1 glance, so once again, no tactical charges to counter the miss when she goes invisible here. And now we're glancing on this light ender and this SP1, so no damage, no tactical charges. And then she throws that SB1, so once again, we're going to be glancing on all these hits. Can't get in a big bleed. Her shield's back up, so more glancing, more not being able to do damage. Still have, only 2 tactical charges, so we can't counter her invisibility. Yeah, we're under a minute left. Not panicking here at all. So I waited for the unsteady to fall off, and I intercept with my SP1, so I finally get tactical charges, and then I thought I was gonna die there too. We finally get another light bleed off here, but this one's not gonna land because of the unsteady. So I have to bait out a heavy so I can land one. And then I was hoping she wasn't going to throw this, but she does, and now I can't do damage. And then I don't counter that heavy for some reason. And then 13 seconds left on the clock. We're finally able to take her down. It's not a fight I ever want to do again. 4 minutes, 44 seconds, 237 hits. That was disgusting. But thankfully that was the end of the war, end of the season, so we get a nice little break. As you can see, there were plenty of people watching that takedown. B Manny must have been joking, thinking that I was still in my first life. But yeah, felt good to get that boss solo, finish off with a clean slate. I'll probably put the little bit of recap in the rewards video, or I might have a separate video after that. Yeah, thanks for watching.